What did you see me? She is fucking me. I came up with
Pass your counter.
I came with it. She's hitting me. She is hitting me. She's hitting me.
Hear me. Hear me. You know the thing is, people files will come here and come. Nobody will do that. Like nobody. You know, nobody will do that.
I'm going to bring her phone down. I want to go. I think. Bring your luggage. We can bring it with another motor. We can bring it with another motor. No, let our luggage go. Let it keep up. Let it keep up. Let's enter another bus. Serious.
It is so disappointing that laws are being politicized in Nigeria. I mean, rule of law is being politicized in Nigeria. What is making me to actually, put up this story is because of the injustice in Nigeria. What I've seen, the injustice I actually perceived in the whole scenario. Because looking at it, it is quite disturbing as a Nigerian, as a patriotic Nigerian. What happened? This is actually a very disappointing video to start with. And of course, you welcome again. This is a Rebel Perspective. Here is for your undiluted truths and real political stories. It actually started like any other busy day in Nigeria's aviation hubs. Passengers were boarding and luggage was being loaded, and cabin crew were preparing for takeoffs. Then on one flight, a man angry about his offloaded luggage stood his ground. He blocked the aircraft door, refused to sit, and delayed the flight until it was cancelled. Hundreds of passengers were stranded, and the airport lost millions. He endangered lives, not in theory but in reality, because once night fell, the runway could no longer be used. Yet, when the dust settled, this man walked away. No court appearance, no public humiliation. In fact, whispers began to spread that government officials were defending him, asking public to forgive and forget. Now, flip the page to another day, another flight, another story. Miss Comfort Emmason boards air flight, and somewhere during the trip, tempers flare. Reports say she assaulted airline staff, something no passenger should ever do. Crew members call security, but what happened next is where the story twists into something darker. Instead of following proper procedures, security operatives strip her publicly, right there in front of cameras, in front of strangers. Her dignity, I mean, this is a woman we are talking about. Her body exposed. The humiliation was something else, and it was really, really disappointing. So within hours, she was rushed to court, charged, and remanded. No delays, no sympathy, no cause for forgiveness. Just imagine 2 incidents, 2 offenders, but 2 different ways of treatment, 2 different endings. The first, a man with influence, walks free. The second, a woman without connection, is dehumanized and thrown behind bars. And that is where the outrage begins, because this is not just about an Ibom Air drama. It's about a justice system that doesn't treat everyone the same. It's about the dangerous double standards that run through our laws. Because if justice can move this fast for the powerless, but slow or even disappear when the powerful are involved, then what we have is not justice at all. It's a theater. It's a selective punishment for selective people, for some sort of people. And the real question is, how long will Nigerians keep watching this show without demanding a new script, without demanding for questions? I mean, it's quite understandable that the girl faulted the rules and regulation of the flight. and thereby leading to her slapping one of the attendants. That is very condemnable. But then the action taken afterwards, it's something that seemed to be extraordinary treatment. You don't do this. It is very disappointing that everything is just turning so bad in Nigeria. So this is what I have to say. The runway light fades, but the question still hangs in the air. When does the scale of justice tip so easily when power and privilege step into the scene? Miss Comfort's humiliation will live forever on the internet, while another offender's name barely makes the news. This is not just a coincidence. It's a symptom of a system that protects the connected and crushes the powerless. If justice is truly blind, then it must not see status, gender, or even influence at all. But in Nigeria today, what do we see? It seems like justice is picking and deciding who to punish based on who they are. I mean, I won't say much. P2B already, finished the talk, and it's really disappointing that things like this play out in Nigeria, and a lot of people don't seem to demand for questions, because this could happen to everybody. It is very obvious that it could. She probably must have gotten it wrong by assaulting the flight attendants, but then does this justify the treatment that she got? I think it's more like too excessive. It is punishment behind humanity. The other person even committed something worse. Do you know what it is when you endanger the lives of so many people? You blocked the plane from taking off. That is too way much bigger than her offense. So it's really condemnable, and I think Nigerians should speak. They should demand for answers. We don't need to have a law in Nigeria whereby it treats James differently and treats the other person differently because of gender, influence, status, and whatever. It shouldn't be. Laws are meant for everybody, and everybody should be equal before the law. Whatever status you bear, it should be within your pocket. And it is really annoying that security operatives are always the tools. Like P2B, let's build a country where justice is fair, equal, and not selective, especially against women who are seen to be weaker. The way this girl was mishandled is just too much for a lady. It is just, and that is all the truth. Even though she fought the whole thing, but the reaction was too much on her. This comes to the end of the whole story. If you found this double standard, kindly subscribe. Of course, leave your comment under the video. Let's see what you think. Thank you for watching.